Hey guys, it's Michelle. Whew, crazy. I didn't think this video would have very much to say, and I went to my appointment today, asked a few questions, got a few answers, and came out like completely excited and having a lot more stuff to tell you guys than I thought I would. So, um, as you know, last week I went in for I had some cramping, and they were like, well, you're not in labor, which I knew. I was just curious as to why I was cramping. But anyways, so I went in, and they couldn't really tell me why I was, and my doctor wasn't there. So today I saw him finally, and we talked about that, and he said that basically just, big baby strain on my uterus, and my uterus is spasming, and it's giving me those pains, and it's just gonna pretty much happen for the rest of my pregnancy. So that was kind of, not amazing news, but it wasn't horrible because if they stay like they are now, it's not really bad. It's just kind of like dull and irritating. The next question I asked him was, when do we start worrying about him being breech? Because at my 29-week ultrasound, the 3D one, he was breech, and I realized he could have turned by now. I realized he maybe hasn't turned, and I also realized he still has time to turn. I was just curious when the doctor starts saying, eek, he said at 36 weeks he'll have a feel my stomach and see how the baby's laying. If he's breech, I'll try to turn him. He said that works sometimes it doesn't. 37 weeks, if he's still breech, he'll try to turn him again. And if nothing then they'd probably schedule a C-section. But I actually think he has turned because his kicks and stuff feel differently than they have the past few weeks. Or I shouldn't say feel differently, but they feel like he's kicking higher. I'm not getting a lot of kicks down in my like lower stomach. I still get like a few little jabs, which I assume are like punches or elbows or something, but so I think he's turned, but I can't, obviously I can't say for sure. Anyways, the next question I asked him was, how big was he gonna let this baby get before he decided, hey, too big? And he was like, oh, you mean like how far past your due date would I let you go? And I was like, and before I could answer, he was like, well, we don't let you go past 41. And I was like, oh, okay. But that's not what I asked. I was like, oh, I was meaning, and I kind of, was like, my husband was huge, I was really long, I really don't want to have a huge baby. And he's like, oh, right. And I hadn't mentioned it to him before, but obviously he has a couple patients, or more than a couple patients, so I don't think he really like remembered. And so when I said that, it like jarred his memory. And he said, at 38 weeks, because he likes us to go to 38, even though 37 is considered full term. At 38 weeks, they'll check to see if I'm dilated any. I mean, they'll start checking at like 36, I think, but at 38 weeks, if I'm dilated at all, they'll do a membrane sweep, which is October 5th. Will be my 38-week mark, and so they'll do a membrane sweep, and he said that works about 50% of the time. So if it doesn't work, at 39 weeks, if I'm dilated, they'll go ahead and break my water, and if not, they'll just induce me with like whatever the I don't know. I forget what it's called now. The inducing drug is or whatever, and send me over, and I'll have the baby. So that would be the 12th at 39 weeks. So I think pretty much, unless I have some crazy, crazy long labor, I will have a baby by the 13th of October. So that is 6 days, and I could have them on the 12th, depending on when they, induce me or break my waters or whatever. So yeah, it's kind of crazy to know that I will have a baby, definitely for sure, in my arms, um, within 6 to 7 weeks. So, or yeah, 6 to 7 weeks. So that's just kind of crazy. I'm just like, Um, I'll be completely honest and say, as much as I don't want a very big baby or whatever, I am leaning towards hoping that my sweep doesn't completely work. Like, if it dilates me farther or anything like that, I'm fine. Helps baby, like, engage more or triggers anything like that, I'll be fine. But I don't necessarily want to go into labor on the 5th. For me, it's a totally selfish reason. If I go into labor on the 5th and have him, I'll be coming back to work just like a couple days after Christmas, and I was hoping to have just the rest of this year off and then start again in January. So I'm hoping that it doesn't really work completely until the 12th, and then that'll get me a couple days past New Year's, so I figure that's a good time to start. I think it'd just be like really weird to have Christmas and everything and go back like 2 days later and then have like some time off because the weekends and the holidays of New Year's, and then come back again, and I don't know. But obviously, if it happens on the 5th, then I'll deal with it. That being said, I've told my mom not to bother coming until probably like the 8th or the 9th, because I just haven't heard of the first sweep working a ton. Usually it's like the second or the third sweep that seems to really do the trick. The first sweep, people will start getting contractions and stuff. It doesn't seem into. I'm not saying with every case. It just, in my experience of the stories I've heard, people on YouTube that I've seen, it usually doesn't do anything. So, yeah. I guess, and what I'll probably do is, I'm gonna look on online and look up natural home, inducing methods, and start trying those out. Probably like around like a day or two after I get my sweep. So yeah, that's pretty much it as far as big news. But I thought that was pretty crazy because I definitely just got a week cut off of waiting until I get to meet the baby, and it could be 2 weeks cut off, so it's pretty crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and show you my stomach. At my appointment, my blood pressure was fine. Baby's heartbeat was 144, and I jumped like 7 pounds in 2 weeks, so I'm not super excited about that, but what can you do? I was wearing like a little more clothing than usual, but not a ton, so I'm saying maybe it was actually like 6 pounds that I jumped. I went from 189 pounds to 196, so I've officially like hit the over 20 pounds mark, so not happy. But whatever. I'm gonna breastfeed, and that's a really good way to lose weight and stuff. So there was something else I was gonna tell you really fast. They measured my stomach. I honestly can't remember the exact measurement, but I'm still measuring big. Not as big as last time, I don't think. or as far in advance as last time, but still big. So anyways, I will show you my belly. You have to kind of excuse me because I've got like this whole thing going on. I had an overshirt on for work, but I took that off when I got home because I was like roasting. So let me so you can kind of see a bit better. I honestly have no idea where like the 6 pounds went because I don't feel any bigger anywhere else, like my face or anything, just my stomach. My stomach does feel like a lot bigger just probably this past like week or so. I feel really big. So I don't really tell. Ugh. I kind of like, I'm so white I blend into the background. There you go. There's that. My stretch marks are lovely. They're kind of growing a bit, getting a bit higher. So and let me measure real fast and we'll call it good. My belly button is like right at the edge of popping out. It's kind of like even with my stomach or even with my belly right now. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna pop out. I thought I might escape it, but it doesn't look that way. So last time I believe I was 46, and today I am a little over 48. So definitely have expanded. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.